I'm straight like lines and segments, trying to find my preference. So I'm dropping these rhymes of the message, the way y'all thought about you used to be precious. Tally up my losses, observing everything you left with. Guess it was destined, took a piece of me, then you changed direction, lane connection, called you out. All you give me is the same confession. It's like you running game, but this isn't track and field. So pace yourself, hold frame to the last lap, sit back and chill. A bonus red pill, so the land fills up the pages. No different than stress and animosity, changing my cadence. Sick of these false chameleons displaying basic tendencies, most opportunistic monkey branching. The exploitation goes without a conscience. No association takes place where there's nothing to be gained. So I'm quiet these days, just people watching. I write the flows and freaks the topics, keep it triple digit raw. Projection from my jaw, speaking on things forgotten. Cut my losses, the situation was thoughtless, and pain and hardship ain't replacing what it's costing. Never mind the wicked sense of pleasure tossed in. What first seemed like a bargain has morphed into a mirage, and so I cut my losses. The situation was thoughtless, and pain and hardship ain't replacing what it's costing. Never mind the wicked sense of pleasure tossed in. What first seemed like a bargain has morphed into a mirage, and so adios. Many folks don't know the issue, keep it fat like adipose tissue. Most official, much detriment. If I'm rolling with you, only one that got you was old school like Princess of Persia and Nosferatu. Find out your love was not true, but predicated on a false foundation. Need some attention, family at home becoming distant. Listen, this morphing into something different with no trust in the picture. How can this resemble love, commitment? What's in it but stress and turmoil, heat that can burn a coil. Listen to 90s rap, they'll tell you that they can't be loyal. Excessive entitlement and they spoil. 7 can't work with the rotten, no chance for profit. Losing more with your hand in my pocket. Took a lot off my mind to rock this. Explosive like a rocket ship taking off through my consciousness. It's easy to fall under the spell and lack common sense. We all have been zombified trying to find life through acknowledgement. Yo, wanna be free, you know? Trying to be bound or tied down, confined to anything. Free as a bird, baby. My definition of free is having choices. Life gets annoying, screwdriving the flow to drill the point in. Power to with options, I move through problems. Cruise through tomorrow regardless if people choose to acknowledge. The lone wanderer taking his steps and holding true to promise. That came a long way from bongs, J's, booze in college. Losing knowledge prohibits a more exclusive product. MCs be running the mill, but still my skill will give you chills. Filling in all the gaps in every crevice I bust. Just like Jerome Bettis, always stay chrome protected, so infectious. Freedom most expected. 7 bring a different complexion inside the game, chosen preference. Breath of fresh air, using verbal pollution as a reference. Profanity is on the guest list. Imagine the words that you speak could potentially stick like a magnet. Opposites attract and negative motion repels action, yo. Around the clock, from the AM to the PM, freedom is the pursuit. Seize the day, carpe diem. Alternate move instead of join, I'd rather beat them. No reason for me to submit, that's a bad place to be in. Around the clock and from the AM to the PM, freedom is the pursuit. Seize the day, carpe diem. Alternate move instead of join, I'd rather beat them. No reason for me to submit, that's a bad place to be in.
Hey yo, free as the wind blows, through open windows. Cloud 9 crescendos, we go tenfold. Transcend those with ill will, innuendos. Free as a swallow, follow where the trend goes. A free flow, 3 points with the free throw. Ain't no such thing as free lunch at the bistro. No cheat code, it's free trade, it's a free market. Free range, but ain't never been no easy target. Been planting seeds, come see me at the harvest. Hit a bill, but every tool in this shed ain't cut the sharpest. A free fall, free call, do you accept the charges? It's at the darkest that the light shine the farthest. Regardless, home team go the hardest. It's where the hardest. Sincerely yours, till he departed. Still I'm an artist, a free agent. Be patient, freestanding, seat taking. For the real, we keep waiting.
Around the clock, from the AM to the PM, freedom is the pursuit. Seize the day, carpe diem. Alternate move instead of join, I'd rather beat them. No reason for me to submit, that's a bad place to be in. Around the clock and from the AM to the PM, freedom is the pursuit. Seize the day, carpe diem. Alternate move instead of join, I'd rather beat them. No reason for me to submit, that's a bad place to be in. Like liberation, man, I want it. My homie says he feels like a slave when he's on the corner. It's time to make a change and ambition and make you peep. Gain transitory street fame is fleeting, not many can keep the name. Please guard your reputation. That's number 5 in the laws of the 48. People more privy to desecrate and won't uplift you. Dismiss you with jealousy issues. Mad about your rate of advance and performance infused. Free of all nonchalance and gossip, eyes on the process. If rap is like ownership, then it's cool because I got this. Diligence today will make a way for profit. Tomorrow, a corporate escape from consumers and barcodes. Life is an art show. What will you display? I illustrate my code like Hammurabi with Easter philosophy. Control my urges, cause possibly Pandora wants me to open the box and free the contents and wreck my conscience. Check it, ay yo, I got to escape before it's too late. The disillusionment is too much for me to face. Should probably document and archive my audio and tapes and keep it as a reference. Put it someplace safe, straight away from grubby hands and nosy interests. Advice that's unsolicited, my intuition determines. If not, I'm feeling it. Militant rebellious, fighting for my peace within the trench. But the nearby explosions too much for comfort. Let's fortify this bunker and hunker down. This industry a bunch of clowns. I treat it like an RPG, you level up my sound. The attributes perpetually increase, like the prowess on the beast. Piece to endorphin, we record sorcery. Put a spell on you like major labels and place demonic spirits in your master. Release them through record sales and cast them. That's what we label devilish action. You need to counteract with these forces before the source becomes a pathogen. Sometimes I feel like I'm the plaintiff up in court against the state. I eloquently make my case, but still they can't relate. I really can't digest no more, it's time for that escape. Let's get away, I'm for certain out of place, yo. Sometimes I feel like I'm the plaintiff up in court against the state. I eloquently make my case, but still they can't relate. I really can't digest no more, it's time for that escape. Let's get away, I'm for certain out of place. I'm breaking chains and lacing game. Immerse myself in artistry, erase the pain. Don't gotta face the shame of not having to stake my claim. Fill gaps when state refrains. Can't depend on legislature wasting change, it's irresponsible. Lack of discipline, they force it onto you. In the form of taxes never grow when they dissolve the roots. In a time of civil unrest, threaten and call the truce with martial law. Punch you in your jaw and disregard your moves. A rebel in thought. Amongst others, I play my part, survey my art like filling questionnaires with all the things I bought. They want the details, but I'm known to stave it off. Delay, distract, pursuit up to the point they wouldn't chase at all. Notice my methods, engage in secrets that I kept with, so bless it. Hold my microphones with no discretion. Ratios of slow compression. No regression, just a dope flow that you hope to mess with. Growth connections. Relate my purpose to years of service. Flourish like a mentor with encourage a diligent worksmith. A positive can make the earth lift. Transformation from the worthless into something more valuable than a circus. Life is a tightrope. Document to write quotes. These problems that I fight most, unbeknownst to white folks, entice the growth. Removal of the trifling host. My mind is full of information, plus I likes to know. Call me inquisitive and curious about the inner workings of nature. Human psychology, and why we sabotage things that make us successful like we don't deserve it. To close the door on future prosperity makes me sorta nervous with feelings uncertain. I keeps away with my will for immersion. It's tunnel vision, what's the difference? Focus on singular image to minimize distraction. A7 plus endorphin is action. We get to the end so later on it's more relaxing. Yo, start it over like a reset. Let's get ourselves a clean slate and purge away the defects. Cause every time I get too deep I just withdraw, it's like a reflex. Yo, start it over like a reset. Let's get ourselves a clean slate and purge away the defects. Cause every time I get too deep I just withdraw, it's like a reflex. Let's flip the pro process, no stress. I really don't say too much these days. Expose yourself or you confess. Every word is ammunition. Gossip below the clip in. Approximately disrespectful, conscious with intention, no remorse. Yet they wonder why 7 inside his thoughts. Mental holocaust is like a torture chamber with the time involved. Worth the investment though. Tend to know yourself, it opens doors for extra dough. Playbook X's and O's control. Defensive formations, protect yourself from all relations. No ultimatum, stress or pressure from your forceful statements. Those arrangements tend to spark rage in myself, and plus it's hard to gauge when I should be engaged in life as a raven. I read the Edgar Allan Poe. Classic material lends itself more than a fashion show, and most would rather walk it. Receiving accolades, attention, and decent proposals for the acquisition. Then back to business. Started over like a reset. Let's get ourselves a clean slate and purge away the defects. Cause every time I get too deep, I just withdraw. It's like a reflex. Yo, started over like a reset. Let's get ourselves a clean slate and purge away the defects. Cause every time I get too deep, I just withdraw. It's like a reflex. One, two, one, 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 two, one, 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 two, 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 one, 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 two, one, 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 two, one, one, two, 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 two. Hey yo, you called me up a while ago. It's been a long time. You only ring my line when you wantin' something. Always got a great story to tell with dramatic discussion. Really, what's this? Somebody got you up in arms and cussing. Listen, yo, just calm down. Looking like you fresh about the lost and found. Facialized confusion, head disheveled, you been tossed around. Told me off the rip, most cats are fecal matter. Said they slimy with the words, and so why would you speak to rappers? Hey, listen, babe, it sounds like you digging your own grave. So contentious with your disposition and got kids to raise. So venomous and highly toxic. Opportunistic, tend to latch if there's a chance for profit. Without a conscience, succubus, the modus operandi. It can't be somebody resolved to flip the script. Was disgusting and cheap. Gave exactly what you worth, which isn't much. Now the world is unfair and life sucks. Don't turn to me to try to brighten it up. I know your style, you tryna play me for the rebound. Use me as a private court jester to be a clown. Thank God I got experience enough to be around those like yourself. Your reputation still precedes the town. I know your style, you tryna play me for the rebound. Use me as a private court jester to be a clown. Thank God I got experience enough to be around those like yourself. Your reputation still precedes the town. You tend to call me like 7, your exit plan. Waiting for a time to seize and pounce in your leopard stance. Feminine predation, probing online to try to seek arrangements. Potential claimants, rich and famous. The NFL athletes list the patrons' payments. Become contagious, vitriolic if you don't get your way quick. Sort of shadow surface basic. Your girls improvers, no congratulations. Too busy in competition, and they off into the races. You sprinting, but this a marathon. Understand pacing. It takes a while, unlike radios, to change the station. Self-improvement first. Do research, don't be like Lucifer, all upset and pissed. Listening to Uzi verse. See retrospect, it do be worth reflection. No question, either lower them standards to chase perfection. Watch it evade your presence, make a way for disappointment. These are my final words to you. Yes, I'm going deep with the flow, but left you some surface clues. Yo, I shows up to the gig fashionably late. Smile on my face, those upset and brooding, they can't relate, remain inside their feelings. Misery, companionship, can't handle it. Stresses that cause internal damages, bandages, blood or lacerations. Procrastination, still my arch nemesis, bro, just finish it. The talk inside your head, but who's listening? Start to get a sense of who's real, the lip servicers, those who tend to waste your time. Nothing personal is fine, divine, it won't stop me. Watch it take a shortcut like a hotkey, possibly. In due time, I widen in that gap, you'll find that I'm out of reach. No excuses, continuous movement, just do it. See, the truth is that most of you rappers are useless. Work ethic abysmal, depressing and dismal, dull as an unused pencil. The razor blade in my statement, sharp as a Ginsu. Let the drama ensue. We'll have a discussion post-interview with all the juicy tidbits and things that I'm living through. Yo, might not be on time, the things I tell are all mine. True story, never too late for excellence to shine. It's never too late. Hey yo, might not be on time, the things I tell are all mine. True story, never too late for excellence to shine. It's never too late. Wondering if I could get a late pass. Corruption's on my file, you try to save ass. The unimportance in your wasteland. COVID and face masks as good as safe trash. Vaccinations in a fake lab. Politicians shake your hand but hate the grass. Our struggle is middle class. Population control from the Georgia Guidestones may come to pass. Psychological torture, isolation, they forces via corporate endorsement and threats to restrict your resources. That's not even the court-ish. Jealous women, divorces, poor sportsmanship. Almost like going to war, the kids become cannon fodder. Bargaining chips when the chicks become improper. Too many demons inside the locker, vicious monsters. Shouldn't have gave it a bratwurst. The logic inside my mind was not first. The drawbacks of thirst, observation is facts reversed. In regards to if I'm positive, let's ask the nurse. Quick to label me a mad scientist off of bad research. I love my granny, she told me enjoy the sunshine. Go absorb the essence, cause life is a dream you manifesting. Started from intro, characters are introduced. Some become antagonistic, refusal to help the troops. Make it all about themselves, switch focus like attention. Deficit absent-mindedness sets the precedence for embarrassing leadership. And lame presidents who espouse limiting guns, dispersing other funds for social interests. The whole program is devoid of wholesome intention, telling you things with no specifics. The vague conversation is paid way for domination. Estimation, approximation, nothing set in stone, prone to complication, malfunction. Today my life is at a junction. Should I apply mercy to my adversaries or just simply crush them? Placing justice in my own court. Traveling solo but still a known force, like scientists who clone the source. When life is stressful, just look at the sun. Appreciate the ways that it facilitates growth. Give us all some hope. I'll never let you take away my sunshine. You crazy, you'll never take away my sunshine. Hey yo, when life is stressful, just look at the sun. Appreciate the ways that it facilitates growth. Give us all some hope. I'll never let you take away my sunshine. You fooling, you'll never take away my sunshine. Hey yo, I do my best to stay away from the clouds. They precipitate with distance in area storm surrounds. Wet the landscape like sweaty palms and handshakes. Slimy politician mandates. Slow your roll and pump your handbrakes. Only my fan space can receive the access. Rappers on the mic and half dressed, showing assets and prone to catch a fat wreck. I'm worldwide and haven't been back yet. The frequent flyer models makes me top rank as a passenger, verbal ambassador. Shaking hands with the nobles, the things I go through tend to stretch and charge me up like Goku. It's called expansion, skip the junk and let's replace with Whole Foods. Sustenance can change the game, not trying to be the one to say I told you. Nobody owes you, son, get up. You're on old school, first objective to know the rules. I place my hopes inside Pandora's box, she closed it, leaving me depressed and ocean blue. Quickly mourn the loss and move ahead like I'm supposed to. Hey, check it, hey yo, let's make a shift. Transition into gift. No more randomized investments on persons who scandalous. Case in point, had to walk away from lies and fables. Delusions and destruction exaggerates what you can't do. I'm not the same fool. Opting out the game, you changed the rules. Leaving out the same inches and frame I came into. Life with you is lame, it's true. Lots of things that I aim to do. Lose the dead weight and place my whereabouts untraceable. This forward approach won't look back. Y'all mistook the facts for the subjective, just opinions. How long should that continue? I motion and quit. Forfeiture at your expense. Life is intense without the committed half-arse and acknowledgement. I never met someone who doesn't know the problem is that actions today will determine how tomorrow sits. You bring in no effort, then just call call it quits and don't get involved with this. Like brothers turning Muslims, shy away from sausages. Can't destroy the temple, save the melees for instrumentals. Protruding like a pimple, sharp as a pencil or ginsu. Motions of my slice resemble poltergeist. Choke the mic like a domestic violence case. Bet it never leaves me, how could you choose to diminish yourself so freely? Level up your standards or maybe do some screening. Enough with the posturing, skip the preening. The loneliness is screaming, high pitches of desperation. You must be dreaming, same interaction with demons, fiendish scheming. Like every season, nothing changes but colors of the leaves with pigmentation lost. My gray is elderly but still wise. Watch me build this enterprise so your antagonistic thoughts are ill-advised. This is only for support, metaphors, absorb endorsements, metamorphosis, and more dopamine with endorphin. Scorching the earth like triple-digit temps on top of humidity. Heat index but still cooling seas like Mr. Freeze. My detective solving mysteries like where's the missing fees. Redefine, print, design this architectural mind spit. Thought becomes the blueprint to illustrate what time it is. You change the operations, we call it a shift. Consumption of all of it, my pencil likes targeting. Refuse to use a tablet when it's Vicks in the bargain bin. Let's start again and maybe this time around we learn some people aren't your friends. Approach it with a smile and be careful who's marching in.